Hi, Dick here from Big Boy Bushcraft again. Um, I was recently going through my gear and I went through my first aid kit and made sure everything was up to date and everything was in there that should have been in there, and filled it all up again. I just want to go over my first aid kit with you to show you what I carry, um, and give you an idea of maybe something you might want to put in yours, and I'll tell you why I carry these things as well. So I'm just going to put this down here on the table and we'll go at this a little bit closer and show you what I got. So here's my first aid kit. This was just a little pouch I had, and I took a marker and I drew the first aid cross on it and wrote first aid on it, so anybody who was with me and wasn't familiar with my gear would know what this is. Very important to have that because you may not be in a situation, or you may not be conscious or whatever, and you may be relying on somebody else to do the first aid for you. So it's good to have a mark so that they know what it is as well. So I don't carry a whole lot, but I believe I have all my bases covered. If you guys think of something else that I should cover or that I should carry with me, give me a shout. First off, I have an ace bandage I keep in there in case I get a sprain or something, or if I need to use it for a splint, to hold the splint on, like I could cut a couple of sticks or whatnot if someone had a broken bone or myself, and I could use this to wrap around and keep that splint on. What handy to have. Also good for just bandages. You know, if you get a really bad cut, you can use that to wrap around over your gauze or whatnot. I get a little baggie here, and I've got some. Just take these out. I guess probably easier to see if I open up the bag. Benzalkonium. I can't pronounce anything for shit. Excuse me. Chloride antiseptic towelettes. So these are nice, basically alcohol towels to clean up wounds with, cuts. I've got some. Get this out of here. I've got two 2x2 gauze or cotton sponges for cuts. Got a number of band-aids, the flexible kind, so they're nice if they're going on a joint or something, they'll flex. I'll look at another one of the wipes. And I also have this little first aid quick reference guide. So if, like say, if it's not you that's doing the first aid and someone's not sure, they have this to refer to. Or yourself, if you're kind of shaken up or whatever, and you think you've got it done, but you want to double check or whatever, you can always check here. Has, in an emergency situation, this is what you do. If someone is unconscious, this is what you do. Rescue breathing, and it gives you an explanation of how to do CPR. If someone is bleeding, if someone is in shock, how to treat burns, and what to do if someone is having a seizure. Nice handy thing to have. I'm going to put this back in the bag before I lose anything. There. Next off, I always carry, these are electrician scissors. I use this for my work a lot. They're very, very rugged. They'll cut metal, actually. They're almost like tin snips. We use them for cutting wires all the time at work. They're fantastic to have. They're very good to have, too, for your first aid kit, because if you have to cut someone's pant leg off, or the clothing, anything like that, they're very sharp. You could actually use them as a knife if you absolutely had to. Handy rig to have. Black tape. You know, you never know when you're going to do some black tape. Band-aid to, if you get a nice piece of gauze or something, and you need to tape it on there, a little bit of black tape. I've got two maxi pads. These are the most important thing, I think, in my first aid kit. They're sterile for one. They absorb blood. That's what they're made to do. They're fantastic to use if you have a cut. When I used to work in the woods, everyone on our crew was required to wear one of these taped up underneath their hard hat up on the inside of it, so it didn't get wet or whatnot. And if you were to get cut with a chainsaw or an axe or whatever, you pull your hard hat off, rip this off, put it on, first aid. I also have an emergency poncho. I've got a pair of plastic gloves in case you're helping somebody else and it's quite bloody. You never know with blood-borne diseases. Good thing to have. I've got an emergency blanket. Someone was in shock. Good to keep them nice and warm. I also have some more towelettes. These are just the ones you get from the fast food places. I should probably get some more ones of these, but I keep these in here pretty well. Just, you can use them to clean out wounds or what, but I would use the other ones first. But these are good to have too, just in case you want to have something to eat and your hands are really dirty. Clean yourself up. Or if after you cleaned yourself, or after you've treated a wound, you still have blood on your hands or whatever, you can clean it up with this. Get some matches as well, just in case. I have a fire kit and everything else, but you never know. It's always nice to have another little pack of matches with you. I've got some antibiotic cream. It's good for cuts. This is also sterile. Just a little tube of it. Probably won't need that much. And I've got 4 tubes of Crazy Glue I got from the dollar store. These are really good for sealing up wounds that won't seal up. If you need stitches or something, you can just close it up, run a bead of that across there, let her harden up, and it's sealed up until you can get to the hospital. They'll decide then, if they want to stitch you up or if they want to glue you up again or whatever. And that's about it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty well set for about any kind of first aid that I'll need to do out in the woods. You can carry more stuff for sure. It's also good too if you have any prescriptions to carry a couple of days worth of your pills in your first aid kit too, just in case you do get lost. You see, I've still got some room in here too, so if there's anything else I can think of in the future, I can just drive it in there. But for now, that's all I carry. And anyway, hope you guys keep her safe. Remember to go through your first aid kit every 6 months or so at least. Make sure it's all up to date, and if you've taken anything out, replace it. And yeah, that's about it for today. Be safe out there and have a good day.